And we have to do the newspapers. We'll do AM show Little Money Moment very soon.
Yeah.
The box has arrived. I took it away, so it's not around. Please do the Daily Graphic.
Let's do the Daily Graphic newspaper. I'm sure you probably guessed. Bribery allegation, Ayariga hot parliamentary leadership to meet him. And there's a picture of Mr. Mahama Ayariga and Mr. Boachi Ejakon, the nominee who is now the substantive Minister of Energy, who allegedly gave some monies to the chairman of the appointments committee to distribute. We don't know if it was just to some selected minority members or the entire minority or the entire committee. I guess when the investigations begin, then we will get to know. But Mr. Ayariga is on the front page of the Daily Graphic looking like he's thinking. And he came out on Saturday on Newsfile to state the same position. So, you know, he's ready to take it to whichever level, really. Ghana cruise to semi-finals. Andre and Jordan, are you making front page appearance in the Daily Graphic newspaper? Changes at police, CID Aglo reassigned. And that story on page 16. But let's do the back page of the Daily Graphic now. Stars cruise to semi-finals. The celebrations of Jordan Ayew's goal, the first goal, and the guy was just tearing. It was so emotional. Was he thinking about all the bashing that Ghanaians had given him, or he was just, you know, really excited? And I was shocked at Congo, actually. I thought they were going to do a better job than they did.
I don't know.
But
the African Cup of Nations is some way sometimes.
But Roland, they say that Ghana is a hard team to beat. I kind of agree.
Yeah,
because
it's just that we're a hard team to get scoring.
Yes.
To get going when we have to score.
Yes.
But we're a hard team to beat.
Yeah.
But I think that over the last 6-7 tournament, we've become like a tournament team, and the crop of players have been there, I think 3, 4, 5 times now. So they kind of have the mindset and the psychology of how to cope with the pressure and some things like that.
And most of the sports journalists were screaming into our ears that Samoa Gyan wasn't going to play and it was going to be difficult and all that, but you know, the guys proved that they didn't need a Samoa Gyan necessarily on the pitch.
If you ask me whether I'm getting my hopes high, no, because Charlie, you have to be guided.
I think nobody wants to really. Nobody wants to. We all don't.
But it's
want
good.
To.
Yesterday, you could see that within my community, people were cheering on.
Yeah.
And I believe that if we are able to get to the finals, it will bring back the sentiment.
I don't know, unless they lift up that cup, man.
Yeah,
Knowing that we've been to several finals. And it hasn't ended us.
We've been to the last, is this 6 semi-finals or 4 semi-finals or so?
And we haven't.
It's been more than 4.
Yeah. But we'll talk some more sports. Let's do page 16.
Yeah, 6 straight semi-finals.
Okay, so this particular point
6
where we've got
straight semi-finals and 2 finals.
Okay, this particular point where we got into is not new, Abi.
No.
We just have to cross this bridge.
Actually, when we don't cross this bridge, guys, we've done nothing. We've been there before.
Let's talk about the Ghana police, because there have been some changes, some shifting cultivation here and there. And it says that the acting is
remember your agricultural science lessons.
Mr. David Asante Appiah has made significant changes at the Criminal Investigations Department and other department of the Ghana Police Service. The current Director General of the CID, Commissioner of Police, Mr. Prosper Ablo, has been moved to head the Special Duties Department as Director General, while his Deputy Assistant Commissioner of Police, Dennis Akodem Abade, has also been moved to the Special Duties Department. What the Special Duties Department does, we don't know really. I hear it's the IGP who gives you those special assignments. Also, a statement signed by Mr. Asante Appiah and released in Accra last Friday said Deputy Commissioner of Police, Mr. Bright Odro, who is the Director General in charge of welfare, has now been appointed Director General of the CID. ACP Mamiya Siwa Adodankwa, the Deputy Director General of the Police Intelligence and Professional Standards Bureau, PIPS, has now been appointed the Deputy Director General of CID. Okay, so more changes. Chief Superintendent Paul Sampson Kontoma, who is in charge of regional crime in the Central Region, has been moved to the CID headquarters in Accra, while Chief Superintendent Mr. Eric Ken Welful has been moved from the CID headquarters to the projects units in Accra, with Superintendent Benjamin Afisa being moved from the police headquarters to the CID headquarters. If you've got any relatives who are big in the police service, you can check out, because chances are they've been put somewhere else. Okay, that's it for the Daily Graphic newspaper.
Well, you are a driver with SNIT in Yendi. You say hello to us, we also say hello back, and we hope that you're having a great time. And this one also to you, Mr. Michael Aglevon at Aplau. A very good morning to you as well. We hope that you're enjoying your time. And let's do the daily guide. On the front page, we have the Musketeers now. We have Mahama Yariga. Yeah. That's the protagonist in this whole story. Boache Jako, Muntaka Mubarak, and Joe Osewusu Joe Wise. The soft-spoken chairman of
But this is difficult, because this is just, the beginning of the 7th Parliament, and we know that the appointment committee has also been, reconstituted, and Joe Osewusu is chair of this committee. And as the boss of the committee, to think that all these things are coming out of your own hearing, your own sitting, it must be a very difficult time. Yeah, very difficult time for leadership.
I guess it tended to clash egos and people's reputations and crash them. And so you had a reply from the chairman, said, I would sue and not even go to the privileges.
Yeah, but that's the point. I think that's where we can also touch on today with our conversation on privileges and immunities. Because as Mr. Ayariga first made those allegations public, he was still in Parliament, even though he wasn't speaking to Parliament necessarily. He was speaking to Radio Gold on the phone. He was standing on the premises of Parliament House. So is he immune?
Well, great education we'll be having when we have those discussions this morning. Also on the front page of the Daily Guide, it talks about Nana swearing in Shirley Ayokobotri as the foreign minister. It took place in our embassy in Addis Ababa, and you should know, even though it was done in a foreign country, wherever our embassies are is our land.
Roland, it's a classic case. Adamo Barrow in Senegal in their embassy.
We don't even have to go far to be reminded.
Yeah, exactly. And he was even president. He was sworn in as president, not minister. And
Yoko Boss sacked. That's how the Daily Guide decided to put it. On the center spread, we have Catherine Apeku, who is the tourism minister designate. And we're told that she'll be appearing before Parliament. It's a lawyer. Says no fraud against Apeku. We have opinion leader angry and other stories there.
Is Madam Apeku scheduled to also appear before? I'm trying to look at the schedule. Okay. When she's appearing. No, I'm of those appearing before the Appointments Committee. We're going to run through. The creative arts industry, if you like.
They've been lobbying for a deputy minister.
They've been lobbying, but now that this allegation of fraud and everything is out, everybody's looking forward to, because we heard the president was investigating, and we're waiting if the president passes her to still go ahead, then we'll be looking at the vetting, because we're hoping that a lot of questions on this alleged fraud and the case and everything will come out more. Exactly.
It was reported widely by the
media. But the party cleared her to contest, because it was one of the hurdles, but she kind of crossed it. They passed her to contest for the primaries. Subsequently, she won, and she had to contest for the seat, and she won. But the industry, the creative arts industry, will be looking forward to a possible vetting.
And I hear you've been lobbying for
a deputy.
Yes.
For myself.
No.
But for who?
Not for you.
But for who? Why wouldn't I lobby for myself?
No,
but you should have lobbied for me. I would have been.
I heard you say you don't like politics.
Oh. Who said that?
I keep hearing a lot of things about you. So.
Really?
I mean that.
Oh. Oh no, there was a question. I did the Facebook live chats on the Joy FM page, and somebody asked me if I was going to go into politics, and I said no.
But you never know.
No, I didn't say you never know. I just said that there's a lot that goes into it. I mean,
Yeah,
pull one human being, possibly a woman, and appoint her for something, and then you see all sorts of things flying around, you know, so you have to be damn sure that you're ready for this. But right now, I am not. But if you had lobbied for me for deputy...
you take it.
Tourism, Arts and Culture Minister, it wouldn't have been bad. Like, look at me, you know?
Honorable Mama View.
No, I wouldn't be MP, so once you're a minister... probably just drop the honorable.
No, once you're a minister, you still call it. Assembly member.
Then you invite me onto the show.
Honorable.
You invite me onto the show.
I tell you. Then I'll be interviewing you, like I do for Kojo Ponkroma. Happens all the time. The Ghanaian Times has on the front page, bribery in Parliament, but public told it is frivolous and vexatious allegation. We have second badge, and Mamavi has the timetable. She'll be sharing the timetable with me very soon. I think I have it with you, except that you haven't looked at it. So, Minister designates Dr. Anthony Akoto say monitoring evaluation, Otiko Officer Jaba, Gender, Children and Social Protection, then Kweku Botre Regional Reorganization and Development there. Those scheduled to appear before the appointments committee today. And then tomorrow, Tuesday, John Peter Amewu, Lands and Natural Resources, Ignatius Bafwe, Employment and Labor Relations, Samuel Atachia, Works and Housing, they will take their turn. And then on Wednesday, Eslo Uswe Kofo Communications, Joseph Kofi Ada, Sanitation and Water Resources, and Kwesi Amwakwata, Roads and Highways, also appearing before the committee. And it goes on, I mean, till Thursday. The schedule is to Thursday. Kweku Oforie Siama, Transport Minister Designate, Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng, Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Joe Garte, Railways Developments, they will take their turn on Thursday. So hopefully nothing changes. But we are waiting to see how the committee will do its work today, knowing that there will be some kind of tensions. Charlie, we are the gossip side, so we're keeping our eyes on that. Let's do the Finder. The Finder newspaper, front page of the Finder. Vicious clash in NDC over alleged bribery of minority MPs on vetting committee. Chaos. Anger as Trump order halts. Anger as Trump order halts some Muslim immigrants. That's also another headline there. And declare your assets in 2 weeks or forfeit appointments. That's President Akufo-Addo to his ministers. I won't suspend vetting over bribery scandal. So that's the chairman of the appointment committee saying that he is not going to suspend vetting over the bribery scandal. We see how the conversation around the table goes today in Parliament. That's it for the Finder newspaper. We have the Daily Dispatch. On the front page, it has the lead story. After Ken Ofori-Attah's denial on DKM refund, NDC MP dares President to refund DKM monies. The story is on page 2 of the paper. We also have the other story, Jerry John Rawlings on NDC's 2016 defeat. But I want to take a look at the main story about the NDC MP daring President to pay DKM. My opinion is you invested, the money went bad, the investment went bad, bear the consequences. Why do we need to have government paying for you? Doesn't make sense to me, but this is
Well, didn't they make promises?
Well, that's on the side. I'm talking about just a no. I'm not talking about the promise. Okay. That's politics, Mama. The member of parliament.
Saying what they said.
Yes, true. They said they will refund. The member of parliament for Isunafo South, Eric Opoku, who was a minister for the Bonafo region, just in the elsewhile John Mahama government, has challenged President Akufo-Addo to fulfill what he calls a promise made to hundreds of DKM microfinance customers whose investments were locked up in what some have described as one of the largest microfinance scams in the country. We know that the company has gone bust, liquidated, and so they're trying to pay some monies, which is not even a fraction, or 1/10 of a fraction of the investment of many of them. He said he was, well, we know that Ken Ofori-Attah, who is the minister, has he been approved?
Yes.
Who is the minister
as
for
in
finance?
he's been sworn in.
Okay.
Now,
when he appeared before the appointment committee, he said it's not a manifesto promise of the MPP, but they know that the laws are available for some kind of financial remediation, or perhaps some credit to some people. They're trying to see already. We know that is ongoing, so that's just a diplomatic way of going about it. It's a very controversial issue, really.
Let's do the Business and Financial Times newspaper. That will be the last hardcore paper that we have with us, and then we would go online. Business and Financial Times, front page of the paper: technical universities awaits goodies 5 months after conversion. And I'll go straight to the story by Basiru Adam and Benson Afo. It says, since their conversion last August, the technical universities have not wasted time at all in rebranding, as the visitor to any one of them is immediately reminded in bold print at the entrance that the term polytechnic is no longer applicable. So the story they have on the front page is that of Accra Technical University. Now, beyond the facade of newness, however, lie remnants of decay machines whose movable parts have been long ceased to move, or machines that are not relevant to the training needs of students being prepared for today's fast-paced automated industrial environment. And this is one piece that I encourage you to read, because it gives, and it shows a picture of the machines they're talking about in the paper. So this in the Business and Financial Times, they're telling you about machines that were installed at the Accra Technical University in 1981, and the students don't find them too useful now, even though the name of the university has of the Polytechnic has changed. They're supposed to be this is supposed to be an upgraded version of the Polytechnic, right? But they have equipment that they can't even use. In terms of the tools, they have not been upgraded. So where's the technical? What's the definition of the technical in it? Is it just the name, or is in practicality what they do? But also, you know, some criticism against the technical universities. They're all doing the humanities now. They are not even investing, even as an institution, because you don't expect the government to do everything for you, right?
Yes.
But if you're concentrating on doing human resource and doing administration and doing other things that technically you're not supposed to be doing, then how do you even save money and invest in the right equipment?
I think those courses are easier to do. They're cheaper.
Yes.
You don't need hardware or machinery to do them.
But that's what sets you apart,
yes.
right?
But
that's
I think that they just have to go practically into the markets, the educational markets, and look at what people do beyond normal mainstream schooling and how they can incorporate that into mainstream educational curricula. Like people go and take all these certifications in ICT, etc. But somebody will have a degree, or now we don't have HNDs in many of the polytechnics anymore. And will not learn some of the things that you learn on the street about ICT. The person will have a degree and doesn't really know the practicality of what really exists. Yeah. And the person on the street also has the hands-on skills.
But they don't have the paper documents.
Yes. And so can be employed and get the sort of remuneration that will be commensurate to the kind of work they do. So it's something that the educational institutions need to take a relook and see how perhaps within the structures and the regulations we have, they can situate that, because we need them to do the jobs. Yeah. If you talk to industry people, they'll tell you the educational institutions really don't train half of the people they need. It's not that they don't get the people with the degrees, they get them, but they just don't fit.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so we have a long way to go beyond the rebranding. I like very much the piece in the Business and Financial Times. There's also another headline on the front page which says, telcos kick against mobile money intermediary. So apparently the Bank of Ghana is setting up this company that's supposed to be in between the telcos and I don't like, it's extra costs for the consumers,
because I'm sure we're going to pay some taxes
telcos and everything. If we're running like the way we are running, we don't need intermediaries and we're doing all right. And the Bank of Ghana will put in measures and they will serve as the checks. Can we do away with the middlemen? You know, I don't get it. You only be preventing people from, because but more stories in the Business and Financial Times newspaper.
We have to go to myjoyonline.com, Amavi, and have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Thousands participate in Love FM Fitness Walk. So that happened in Kumasi over the weekend. It's a quarterly fitness walk 2017. Food sovereignty in Ghana Parliament did a shoddy job vetting GMO minister.
Who is that?
That's,
who wrote that? Joseph Oboku-Gakpo?
No, I don't think so. It's
The
Food
GMO
Sovereignty
journalist.
Ghana. It's the organization itself. Joseph Oboku-Gakpo is out and about. He has a documentary related to agric, but I'm not giving anything else.
He's always on GMOs.
FA's notes, Ekufuado's not the change that will make Ghana great again. Oh, America is somebody is making America great again. Okay, let's move on. Ayu's put in stupendous performance as Ghana sealed semi-final berth. You see how the Congo people, they took the one goal back. It was so quick, eh?
But it's because we lack concentration.
No, discipline. I mean,
Yeah,
you've been fouled. What? Okay, God save me. What was he doing with the ball? I mean, what was he going for the ball for?
So I saw Nayele's boyfriend. What is it? Is it Nayele?
It's a free year, right?
I'm free. Amanda's
Charlie, you've been fouled. Get away from there and position
talking.
yourself. You're going for the ball. Is the ball yours?
Then they pass the ball.
Is it for your mother or is it for your father?
It didn't even take 2 minutes.
See, the only time I decided to watch the game on TV, I told you I listened to the commentary. It was
Yesterday.
yesterday. And I was like, what are you doing with the ball?
But that's the thing I told you. Now I've gathered my heartbreak. Yesterday I was watching the ball. I was not watching. I'm busy, babe. I'm telling you. But that's good.
You've been fouled. Get away and position yourself.
I'm a supporter. You see me, I'll make noise. If we don't win, I go about my business.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, so Joy Business Van, the entrepreneur behind Upper West's most patronized hotel. And you know the Joy Business Van, they've been doing some amazing work. So on Fridays here on the AM show, we'll bring you playback of the Joy Business Van. We'll begin this Friday.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
They do good stuff.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Let's move on quickly. Danish government to fully cut aid to Ghana by 2020. Oh, yeah, there we go.
And it says, no Asamoah as Ghana seeks 6th straight semis. No Ghana captain Asamoah, and he fails to overcome the knock he suffered. We're told that it's almost like a hamstring or it's a muscle injury. So very difficult for him.
He should go and recover.
Yeah. He should. Anyway, Appointments Committee resumes sitting on Monday with Joe Gate and Peter Mewu. And we have other stories on the page. You flip through, you go through, you get a number of things. Trump stands firm over travel ban. I don't know what's the problem with those in the United States. Charlie, the president said he has banned it.
The U.S.
I think the directive has come. Edict.
And you know, he's still standing by it, and he says the media is twisting.
Yeah.
They're inciting people.
Look, there are people who support Donald Trump in what he's doing.
Of course, irrespective of what he does.
Millions of Americans. Yeah. Tens of millions of Americans.
Yeah, of course.
So it's as if the media is anti-Trump.
No. I don't think so. But what is happening, as in the demonstrations that are happening at the various airports, are they things that are happening or not? The media reports things that happen. Yeah. Araga right to speaker calls for investigation into bribery claims. MPs angry over Odikro performance ranking. Council of State useless to Ghana's development. That's according to Franklin Kujo. Bribery scandal bad for Parliament according to the Center for Parliamentary Affairs. And we have an extended conversation, if you like, a different angle to what's been happening on privileges and immunities later on this morning right here on our show. But that's it for City FM Online. Quickly we'll do BBC. U.S. judge suspend Trump deportations, and protests break out, Roland, what we've just been talking about at major U.S. airport as refugees and some visa holders are denying entry. So we're told that even people with green card, you know,
green card is not
green card naturally people do all sorts of things to get a green card.
But green card is not citizenship, right? It's not, apparently.
No, it's not. But it gives you all the comforts.
Yes,
I mean, you've got like the permits
to do green card, but you're not
work. Yeah, but you are better than somebody who gets like a 6 month or a 1 year or 2 years or even 6 years.
10 years.
Yeah, because you can work.
Look at the other one.
I think you can work and you can bring your family.
I'll just look with Yadi and everything.
So Charlie, be looking for green card to live in Ghana, or maybe to Canada. I don't know any other country that does.
I think now they should be going to Canada.
They should be going to Canada. Come and live in your country. You talk about Canada, and something happened on Sunday. This shooting in the mosque. Apparently, the particular mosque had received threats in the past, but nothing of the sort had happened in terms of people shooting people inside the mosque. Very sad situation there. So Trump has made me an alien.
So let's go up. You find Mo Farah.
Yeah.
Who is the Olympic
actually
winner from the United Kingdom, but originally from Somalia.
Exactly. But he's a UK citizen.
Yeah, but apparently the children live in
the US. But he's living in the US.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been there for 6 years now.
Great.
And so whatever Trump, because his country is part of the countries, the seven.
Yes, originally his original country. But he's not married to Somalian. He's married to.
No, he's not.
He's not married. I think he's married to a certain.
But I think what is happening is, even if you're like genuine, the fact that your country is affected, you're going to go through some inconveniences.
And I was listening to BBC this morning. There was an Iranian fellowship holder who has to go do his doctorate. He's a medical doctor, a scientist also, and has to go and do his doctorate with Harvard.
Wow.
And now has been caught in all this.
Okay.
Has been told you can't travel.
Wow.
He had the visa and the permit to come and do his fellowship.
But the directive
just affected him.
Yeah. There's also a British MP who is Muslim. I think originally he's from one of these 7 countries. I can't remember which. But he's got children who are living in the US. One of them is in MIT. And, the daughter is supposed
Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
Yeah, the daughter is he was either supposed to go and visit, or, the daughter comes, one of those things. But there can't be any movements, out. And he was saying that MIT had issued a statement to their student that, the foreign student, nobody should travel because, when you go, you can't come back because of the directive.
Yeah.
It's a shame, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But Trump knows what he's
in the
doing,
US,
right?
when they are checking you up, the Border Patrol authorities and the security people, hey, mom, hey, sir, can you raise your arm?
There's a show. It's called Border Security.
Yeah, I know.
If you're from these 7 countries, you better not even get close.
I'll tell you.
They will treat you like some criminal. Oh, God. But he said he wanted to make America great again, right?
Yeah.
So he's making America great.
And for somebody who is a great thinker than all our football administrators at the FA, Abedi Pele. And it's been well captured by the BBC.
Roland, it's okay. Don't talk about
Let me wrap it in.
You guys finished Jordan.
Are you
finished Jordan.
No. As for Jordan, this one is just one of, please. It says, are you brothers fire gather into service? It's true. They fired. Are you, Charlie? This one is dynasty created. They are continuing the dynasty. Are you dynasty?
No, but your father can set all the things for you. If you're not hard working yourself, you can't achieve anything. So on their own merit, based on their own hard work, we give it to them. Yeah.
With the props from the father's name also helps.
Exactly.
Create a good name and something Abuaji.
We'll find out from Asari Bediako what his father left for him and,
all right,
and
so
how he's continuing.
We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll have sports here.